Hi everybody and welcome back. Today I thought that I would talk to you about some of our homeschooling stuff. We are about 20 days into the school year and so things are kind of running smoothly, so I kind of thought that I would give you an update. This year's been pretty different. We went from doing just regular school to doing school and college, so I kind of thought that I would go over what our program is, how we've started doing that, when I prepared for that, how you can, get your kids from homeschooling to college with little, nice and smoothly doing it. Anyway, so I am not one of those super moms who can create her own program. I may seem like I have it together on the outside, but really I need help. I watch all these videos of these super moms who can come in there and put these wonderful programs together, and do all these wonderful things. And like my mother-in-law is super fantastic with putting together these awesome programs based on the needs of the different needs of her kids. And thank the Lord my kids are all the same because I can use the same program with them. But I have found that Abeka works best for us. It's a pretty intense program. It's they say that it's college prep from kindergarten up, and I could see that. I mean, it's their math program is pretty intense. Their English program is pretty in depth. I mean, even with like their language arts, their geography, all of their programs are pretty in depth, and I'm not sure how they jam it all in there, but yet somehow they get a lot of information in the few years that they have them. And I like how they do it. Like I said, I'm not one who can put a program together. So if you watched my unboxing videos, you saw that Abeka gave me everything. Abeka gave me their workbooks, their write-in books, my teacher books, and then they gave us these, video manual books. So I open up my little video manual book, and it tells me exactly what they're doing every subject of every day. What to expect, what to pull out, what's going to come up tomorrow, what's going to come up next week. They give you everything. So I look into this. I go to day 21 is what we were doing today, and I can see that we're supposed to be doing this Bible verse. I have to check this paper. They're supposed to read this out loud. In the next few lessons, students will be focusing on proper alignment, making sure the letters are touching and penmanship. I mean, it just kind of keeps you as the teacher or the teacher's assistant up to date on what they're doing. It gives you a brief summary so that you don't have to be helicopter mom hovering over them, watching them every moment to see that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. You have the video manual, you can see what they're supposed to be doing, and you can keep up with them that way. And it's also nice with the Abeka program because you watch them with their, reading their book, but do you know that they're actually reading their stories? Do you know that they're actually learning their vocabulary words? So that's another thing that I really love about Abeka, is that every time they read a story, well, actually I think it's 2 stories. They read 2 stories in their books, and then they have one of these, they're called appendix quizzes. So these are questions about what they read, and then these are the vocabulary words that they're learning from either the reading or just words that they are learning. Most of the time it's words that are used in the reading. So I can ask her these questions, and if she doesn't know the answers, we can go back and make sure that she read the book. This is a way for me to ensure she's doing what she's supposed to be doing without me having to sit there and read the book with her or hovering over her as she's reading it. This helps you to make sure that your kids are doing what they're supposed to be doing when they're supposed to be doing it. And I love Abeka for that. They have managed to find a way to make sure that your kids are always doing what they're supposed to be doing, and for you to be able to make sure that they're doing it. And there's lots of little things in here that help you to know that they're doing their math, their English, their language, I mean, all of it. And I love Abeka for that, because I can't sit here and watch her every second of every day, or Austin or Colton. I have to rotate, but I have to have a way to make sure that I know that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. So I love Abeka for that. And I love Abeka for the fact that they give me everything, and that their programs are so intense. So like with Colton, I have learned through the years of doing this now that English and math are the most important subjects as far as if your kids are going to go on to college. College is a lot of writing. It's a lot of writing. You're going to write discussion boards, you're going to write papers, you're going to write replies, you're going to have to write all these different things. You're going to do research papers and all these things is going to be in your college. It doesn't matter what you're doing, you're going to write a whole lot. And you're also going to do math. If you can't pass math, you're going to have a hard time in college. So I love Abeka's English and their math program. Now I have also found that Abeka really stresses straight up memorization. They don't do any hints, they don't do any techniques or games or anything like that. It is just straight up memorization. So with Austin, that's what we did. We did straight up memorization, and now I see why. You know, this is why I don't like to question what a curriculum does, because I don't know. And I'm learning the longer I do this. Abeka knows why, and they do things for a specific reason, and this is one of the things I didn't understand when I started, why this is so important that we just straight up memorize all these different addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, facts, and know them, you know, real fast. But now I understand why, because it helps him. It helps him in his math later on, in his algebra, his trigonometry, his all these other math subjects. It really is a help. So not only does Colton do the addition, subtraction, multiplication cards with his teacher, for the past 3 years, we've been doing them together as well. So he does it with them, and then every day we do a stack of addition and subtraction facts that are about this big. We have 2 different stacks. So we do one day, we do the other the next day. They're about the same. So every one day, the next day, one day, the next day. And then he's now working on his multiplication facts. So we have up to 5 in here. So we work on a stack of multiplication cards. And then we also do these fact cards. And so we work on how many acres are in a square mile, how many feet are in a mile. This is a rhombus. We work on, let's see, that's a line segment. Deca means 10. We work on how many meters are in how many centimeters are in a meter. A lot of these things. And you're thinking, okay, well, like bushels in a peck. Why do they need to know bushels in a peck and all this other stuff? I don't know what my kids want to do when they get older. I don't think anybody can say when their kids are young what they want to do. My son wants to be a helicopter pilot, and I would have never thought that when he was younger. You know, I just never would have occurred to me that that's something that he would have desired to do. And so when I started teaching, I said, I'm going to follow the program to the letter, because I don't know what my kids want to do. And I don't want to limit them. I don't want them to say, well, I'm not comfortable going to college for my dream because I'm not sure that I could pass it, and I'm scared, and I don't feel like I'm smart enough to do it. Or, you know, my mom really didn't concentrate a whole lot on English. She just kind of thought that was overkill. And, you know, granted, I want to write for a living or be an editor, but now I'm just not so, you know, I never wanted to hear that. I don't know what they want to be when they grow up, and I'm not going to be the reason why they're scared to move on. So we follow everything to the letter, and if they say that that's important, then that's important. And so a lot of these things I'm finding are important and have helped. In these cards, there is converting Fahrenheit to Celsius, Celsius to Fahrenheit, and I'll say this, Austin's known that since 4th grade, and he is using it again in his trigonometry class in college. You know, he had to convert this past week. He had to use that conversion formula in his class. So these things are utilized, and I can see them how they're being used in his college classes now. So anyway, what we normally do is they just do their regular school day. Now what we did with Austin is, like I said, we wanted to do the dual enrollment program. So we went to the college and we said, I don't know anything about the dual enrollment program. What do we need to do? She said, well, your child needs to be officially out of 10th grade, enrolled, you know, in 11th grade. You get 6 semesters. 6 semesters to do the dual enrollment program here. Anyway, I live in North Carolina, so you get 6 semesters to do it in North Carolina. It is $35 a semester. You can take as many classes as you want to. As a homeschooler, I have to pay for the books. If you're in public school, you don't have to pay for the books, but you're limited on the number of classes that you can take during the school year. I think you're limited to two classes you can take during the school year. So I don't know that you can officially get your associate's degree doing it through the public school, because I'm not sure you have enough time to do it. but I don't really know. I just know as a homeschooler, we said that he was finished with 10th grade at the end of 10th grade and enrolled in 10th grade over the course of the first summer. So this past summer, he took 3 college classes. Wish it had been 4, but it was only 3. So now he's enrolled in 4 college classes. How we got him enrolled is, like I said, we went down to the college. We said, how do we do this? She says, all you have to do is take an entrance exam and give me some sort of paperwork showing that he's finished 9th and 10th grade. I came home, I made him a college transcript on our computer, just kind of plugged in all the information because I keep his records here, so I plugged in all the information, gave her the high school transcript, and he had to pass the same exam that every other student who goes to Fayetteville Tech had to pass. So he passed it the first time. You want to talk about scary. Not only was it scary for him, but it was scary for me as the mom, because I'm thinking, okay, this is a reflection on how well I've done. This is like my job performance, right here. We're testing to see if I've done a good job or not, so it's scary for me too, but luckily he passed it. He passed it the first time. And so now he was eligible to take as many classes as he wanted in the 6-semester period. So we finished the summer one, which was, we took 3 classes in the summer, and now we're enrolled in 4, and we are, like I said, we're 21 days into this semester. So he has done very well. It's actually not been as hard as I thought it was. My regular school day starts at 7. We get done around 12-ish. For him, it's not anywhere near that intense. I still have to teach him chemistry because there are rules as to what your child needs to have before they can graduate high school. So I have to make sure that I fulfill both requirements, the college and the high school. And his particular program won't fulfill all of his high school requirements. But because we're doing the dual enrollment, he only has to take college English. His college English will count for high school and college. He's taking trigonometry. His trigonometry will count for high school and college. And then he's taking some other classes, some microeconomics, and I think he's taking an engineering class. So those don't necessarily count towards any high school classes. But so I'm having to fill in. We're doing the chemistry ourselves. We'll have to take another science ourselves after this. And then once he finishes his degree, which we should finish it 1 semester and have 1 semester left over, which I'm hoping we can scoot in some histories in there so he can get some college credits for his histories without having to take them in high school. So that's kind of what we're doing here, and it's actually been really good. It has not been as intense as the Abeka program was. I'm not going to lie, Abeka is way harder than the community college has been. They're way stricter. I mean, it's just crazy how much easier the college has been than Abeka program has been. But like I said, he actually is going to have his associate's degree before he has his high school diploma, if that's not crazy. So anyway, that's kind of how we do school. Like I said, I'm not one of those super moms who can prepare a program, but there are programs out there that are all the way ready for you 100%. And don't be scared. Just try it. I mean, and if you are scared, start them a year early. That way, if it's not right for you, you can change it up next year or whatever, but you never know until you try. And what I like about Abeka, let me just show you this, is that you truly are the teacher's assistant. They have the videos. It is the full classroom. I mean, they feel like they're in a classroom. All of these teachers are current teachers at Abeka. So if you decide that you want your child to graduate with the kids at Abeka, these are the teachers that they're going to see when they go down there. These students could be the students that they graduate with when they go down there to graduate with Pensacola. All these videos are updated every other year or so, and a lot of times we've seen the same students in Savannah's younger classes as we're seeing in these classes, only older. If a teacher leaves, they redo the videos with the new teacher on there. So I will say that this is as close to a school classroom setting as you can get without actually putting your kids in public school. So I just quickly let you see the classroom setting. You don't actually have to watch it or anything. but they include your children in the videos. So they'll say, okay, this flashcard, Susie's doing it. Okay, this one's for the students at home. Students watching, you do this one. And then, so they involve the kids at home. You know, students watching, you're in row 4. So whenever the kids in row 4 answer these questions, you answer with them. You know, if they're standing up to jump every time they get the answer right. All right, students watching, if you get it right, you jump too. You know, so even when they're doing these videos, they're talking to the kids at home too, which I personally liked. I liked that you're trying to communicate with the kids at home. You know, and this is a Christian program, so even in some of their morning prayers, they're praying for the kids at home. They're praying for the students that are watching and things like that. They try very hard to bring everybody into it together and to incorporate everybody, and I like that. I think the kids like that. They can, you know, have kids that they get along with, and that they feel like they're part of that classroom with them. You know, and they also tell you, today in science we're going to have cookies in the classroom, and we're going to use this, that, and this. So you can have those same items in there, and while they're doing their experiment with the cookie or whatever, you can have that too, so that they can feel like they're doing the exact same thing that everybody else is doing. So I really like that, and I like how Abeka just kind of brings everybody in together and incorporates everybody into everything, even the students watching. I just personally enjoy that. And then, as you can see, I mean, they show the teacher. The teacher is up here. She's talking. You know, they're going over their words now. And then they're going to have, like I said, they just incorporate the students watching. They pan through the classroom so that the kids can watch the other kids. So my children can watch their kids working and doing stuff. And anyway, I just wanted to kind of give you a kind of a rundown as to where we are and what we're doing and how we're doing it. And I know that, you know, there's been a few concerns, at least in my family, as far as, is this going to be too much? I mean, Austin's 15 and he's now a freshman in college, and he's doing, you know, his junior year in high school. Is that going to be too much, too intense for him? And so far, I'm going to say no. He's handled it very well. He's working. He's got a job. He's doing school. We're, you know, on a pretty good exercise regimen because he wants to do the flying helicopters in the military. And I'll say this, it's not been too much. I think that sometimes we think that kids can't do stuff, and they can, and I think that we underestimate them sometimes, and I'm glad that I've given Austin the opportunity to do this, and he has handled it like a champ. And like I said, we're 21 days into this, so this isn't day 1, this isn't, you know, week 1. I mean, we are 4 weeks into this, and he is doing very well. So I say, give it a shot. Do your best. I encourage you, if you want to be a homeschool mom, do it. It's scary, and I'm not a teacher. I'm going to tell you that right now. I am not a teacher. Do not think that you have to be a teacher. There are programs out there that'll help you even if you're not a teacher and can't make a program or are scared to make a program. Like me, there's programs out there that'll help people like you and I, if that's what you're afraid of. But anyway, so thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments and I'll try to answer them as soon as I can. Anyway, if you like the video, please subscribe, and we'll see you later.